Namaste. Namaste. Do you remember me? I'm back, bitches. Why do I have makeup on and earrings on? Because it was an experiment, okay? All right. Those of you who don't know me, my name is Katrina Brady, Mystic Brady. This is the Mystic Brady bunch, okay? Usually I'm filming from Texas, but right now I am in Staten Island, New York, which is my hometown. And I've been very sick. I've been very, very sick with flu A, which is the most dangerous type of flu, which my buddy has too. Hi, Crystal Divine. How you doing? Let's make some chamomile. Okay. Now, this helps your belly, buddy. Anybody who is running back and forth to the bathroom, this is very good. But it does make you go to the bathroom. But it can calm your stomach and your nerves. Hopefully, it will calm my nerves. And I know, Crystal Divine, you've been doing a lot of Reiki for me, and I really appreciate that. Crystal Divine does Reiki, and you don't have to do anything. You just let it absorb. You don't do anything. You just absorb it in the universe and know that it is coming. And I did feel much better in my neck, by the way. So I'm going to tell you guys the whole story, my crazy story. 1 second. Well, you probably know it already because it's not like I haven't been talking to you. I've been trying to keep you updated. Let me just put this. Isn't this cup cool? I bought this at a psychic place called the Psychic Sisters in Staten Island a few years back, and I leave it here in the apartment. And every time I come back, I use this cup or my Maryland cup because I used to live here. So a lot of my stuff is still here. Just have to wait for that to. 1 second. Start shutting the lights off over here. Okay, so I took my cough medicine. I don't know if you're out there. I know Tracy has the same flu, but you don't have your medication. This is the cough medicine, and it says take every 6 hours. I do not want to take it every 6 hours. I didn't really want to even take it just now. I took 2 teaspoons. It tastes horrible, and it's going to make me whack out. And I have terrible dreams that I'm probably going to tell you about so that I can get it completely out of my head. But I'll tell you what. I didn't take my sleep medicine yet. And you might say, well, if you're taking cough medicine and you're taking Tamiflu, right? I'm almost done with the Tamiflu. That's twice a day. That's no problem. That's probably what makes you have diarrhea as well. Twice a day, like once in the morning, once at night. So that's already done. And then I have to take this inhaler. My sister Karen says, why, you have asthma? And I said, no, I don't have asthma. But when I have the flu, just the past January, I had flu A too. And I have wheezing in my chest. And I forgot to take this recently. It just says take 1 puff every 4 hours, and I have not been sticking to that schedule. Because I take it as needed. I didn't feel anything bad in my chest, but I think at night I start to get heavy in my chest and it starts to wheeze. But I try to sit up as much as I can. Even in bed, I have like all the pillows up high. I really end up sleeping here, and then in the morning I go in there. But it's uncomfortable. Anyhow, let me just show off, as I have to take it anyway. So take my medicines with me. I hate taking this because I had never had to take an inhaler till age 60. It's like when you never used to. My son used to be on. I have asthma really bad, and I felt so bad for him. He had to take all these different asthma things, and it makes you hyper a little bit. Anyhow, breathe out. And it scares me. It scares me. I don't know why it scares me so much. Does anybody else take this and it scares them? I'm such a baby. My inhaler scares me. Let me see what any. Hi, Flyer Bee. Thank you. You know why I look better? Because I decided to do an experiment. Okay. Oh, I do feel better. 1 second while I cough. I do feel much better because the last night I couldn't even speak. But I feel very dizzy still. The flu makes your lungs not congested. That's exactly right. Because Tracy's a nurse. That's right. When she checked my ears, she goes, "No, they're not red." I go, "Are you kidding me?" I feel like somebody was putting a knife through one ear, taking it out the other, then doing it again and again in both ears. And I was like, "Please, I can't live this way." And then the headache went away, then the ears started. And then I said, "How could it not be red?" She said, "It's not red, but they're both inflamed, meaning you have fluid in there." So fluid from the the flu and cough and all that irritation. Plus my ribs feel like somebody broke them in half. So every time I usually cough, I hug a pillow. Um, anyway, sorry about all these complaints. But what I decided to do is when I woke up this morning with my terrible dreams, um, I I started to write some down in my journal in the kitchen, and then I said, I got to do something different today. Even though I don't feel good, I gotta take a shower. That would have been nice. Okay, that might happen afterwards, after this live, a hot shower. But I have to do something different because I felt like I wasn't getting better and or even seeing the light of day. And if I don't get better, I'm not going on my trip. Um, and I'm like, kind of most usually quarantined by myself here. I mean, my sister Patricia and her husband live upstairs. My sister Patricia comes down as much as she can, gives me all a million food items and goes to the store and stuff like that for me. But I haven't seen my daughter yet. I haven't seen my son. I haven't seen my sister Susan. I was supposed to take my sister Susan and her daughters out for pizza to a pizza place on Staten Island. I was all set to do that. I have little tchotchkes in my suitcase. Um, I couldn't do any of that because I'm still contagious. I'm running to the bathroom. Today I counted 11 times. It was probably more than that, but 11 times. So it's not, it's like I can't leave the house because I have to have a bathroom attached to me. So what I decided to do was I looked ugly without my makeup on, and I don't. When you look good, you feel good. right? So I said, I'm putting on my makeup. Even just the process of putting my makeup on made me happy. It only took like 5 minutes. And it was fun putting different pink and then blue and green eyeliner. I don't know if you could see. It's pretty much worn off. Because I get up pretty early. I get up at like 10 no matter what. My body wakes up. And especially if I had a nap. Yesterday, there was a lot of naps. But today, no naps at all. But that means I'm getting better because um, if I'm not falling asleep, I'm good. The day before, I was falling asleep and I woke up at 9 o'clock at night, and Patricia had dropped off my food, some Chinese food. I was happy about that, but then I was like, oh, I'm going to eat it by myself. And then I was like all disoriented. Then I couldn't fall asleep till 3:30. And then even if I took my Ambien, it didn't work, and I was dizzy from the cough medicine. So that's why I decided I'm just taking the cough medicine before bed, which I just did before I came on. But I have been doing my Palo Santo, and it has made me feel better. I lit a candle and I have Palo Santo. From time to time, I just let the smoke come about me. So I put my makeup on, and that was one thing I did. I did some stretches that Crystal Divine was telling me to do. Not too much because my back feels like cut in half. So I just did a couple of soft stretches, and then I went outside in the backyard, and I walked back and forth. I was talking to Devin on the phone, and I was like, maybe I'll go for a walk, put on my jacket, and zipper it up tight, go for a walk. And then I didn't feel so good. So I came in and I had to go to the bathroom 1,000 times. So I was like, yeah, so much for going for a walk. I'm not ready to go. I just hope I'm ready to go when it comes to Thursday, because that's when we leave. So that's what I did. I found out that putting your makeup on, putting your face on, and your earrings makes you feel a little bit better. Go out, even if you can just go outside your house and take some deep breaths and walk back and forth. That's what I did. That's all I did. And then I had to run back in. Then Patricia came out and she was like, you sneaking out here? And I said, yeah, I was just talking to Devin. And then, um, and then I couldn't stay because you have to constantly be attached to the bathroom. So I sit at the kitchen table and I was like writing down, let's go check. Let me get my tea too. Let me see. Anybody saying anything? When you get better, do you need to get a new toothbrush? Oh, maybe. I have that I brought. I haven't seen you on a live in a long time. Thank you for coming. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I'm surprised everybody's up so late. Thank you, Evelyn. Hi, Eleanor. Yeah. Okay, so let me just show you on the table. You can't see. I turn the light off and then I turn the light back on. Okay. Don't look at all the food. Okay, so this is the name I was writing down. My sister Patricia goes, why are you writing that name? And I said, oh, one of the cases, Sebastian Rogers. His case, and I was trying to tap in, but I still believe what I originally believed. That's Sebastian Rogers. And we're back. The mother, Katie Rogers, and the Katie. It's funny I said Katie Rogers. She used to be Katie Rogers. Now she's Katie Proudfoot, and Chris Proudfoot, the stepfather. They know they're not looking for. They're not looking for him. They're not looking for Sebastian Rogers because they already know where he's at. Okay, that's my opinion. If you want to know more about it, go look at my videos that I put on him. Um, allegedly. But that's what I was getting. I was getting a kind of like it was like Don and Candace all over again. Because why? Because there was an accident. You could have got medical attention. You could have got medical help. Instead, you covered up because somebody lost their temper. Yeah, I have to take all this makeup off. What goes? Hi, Lisa. Leisha. How you doing? Leisha from Colorado. How you doing? Nice to see you. How you feeling? Hi, sweetly morbid bear. Yeah, I don't want to relapse. I'm still not out of the woods as it is. Um, I just hope it's not like it was in January because January I was out of work for 3 weeks. I did not feel good. Um, I lost my voice. I had the cough. I had the inhaler. I had all of that stuff for such a long time. I remember. I mean, I'm not going to bring the cough medicine on the trip. I don't think I'm allowed to. Does anybody know if I'm allowed to bring that cough medicine on the trip? Because it's a lot of liquid. I might have to empty some of it out. Um, I don't know. I might have to call up the airline to see. Because I'll have the prescription bottle, but I don't know if I could bring that. Anyhow, let's forget about let's forget about all those worries. Hi, Forever Bella. You made it. Yeah, I'm still in New York. I'm freaking away for like a month. That's why oh, okay, so I did want to talk to you guys. Yeah, I to see my sister Christine. So my sister Karen from Jersey. I have a lot of family that live. Haven't seen him, right? Nor did he make an effort. Um, so my sister Karen lives in Jersey. Um, my sister Susan lives in Jersey too. I'm not going to say which part because they probably don't want anybody to know. And then my other sister Christine, who's very sick, she also lived in Jersey. So that's 4 siblings. My trip, 3 airports, and then I got off at Newark. My sister Karen picked me up at the airport, and she couldn't believe my suitcases. I couldn't believe my suitcases. They're obnoxious. It was my bad. My bad. Okay, I get nervous. Leave one suitcase. Anyhow, I think I did from Newark, and we went back to her house real quick. She made me peanut butter sandwich. I didn't even change my clothes. Just stayed in my clothes because we wanted to get to the hospital to see my sister Christine. And then we went there, and, and then I went there, and we stayed there a long time into the night. And then I slept over my sister Karen's house, and then we went back again the next day. Back the next day, so I went there. Um, so I was with my sister Karen Saturday. Was it Saturday? Sunday? And then Monday, Canna dropped me off, but instead I waited for her to get home from work. Because even though she retired, she still works. Okay, figure that one out. Okay. Now she works per diem, and she couldn't get anybody to cover. So then Tuesday, I was going to go to the hospital with Christine. Valvik picked me up because she wanted to see Christine, my sister, because she knows our family since she's a little girl, since she's little older sisters, friends with my sister Karen, and they grew up together, whatnot. Okay. But anyhow, my sister Christine said no. She didn't want anybody to come because she doesn't like how she looks and she doesn't feel good. She's very, very ill. And so I had to respect it. I mean, she's thrown me out 5 times. Okay, so we won't go into that because it's what I have nightmares over. So I'll try not to be too sensitive, but it wasn't 1 time, it wasn't 2 times, it was 5 times. Okay, just ask my sister Karen, she'll tell you. Anyway, so it's all right, you know. After Jersey, we went to the Bethlehem Hotel. And I never told you guys, we didn't see a ghost, but inside the bathroom was a closet that was so deep that I heard these words. I opened it. Christine was sitting on the bed in the regular room, and I was in this big, huge bathroom, and I didn't want to take the bath at night. They told me not to, right? Because it was just weird space in the bathroom. It was beautiful, but it was a weird space. So when I opened the closet, it was all black, and it went deep in, like with those walls that disappear, those magic walls, and there was like a bag hanging from the top rung, like maybe had a blow dryer in it. And I went to like go investigate, like why have this big huge closet with the mirror sliding doors in here? And it said, Katrina, if you want to hang out with Christine Valvik again, don't do it to hear something like that twice. I truly don't have to hear something like that twice. So I just closed the door and ran out to the bed, and I said, Chris, I found with this something scary. And she was like, really? I go, yeah, that's a portal. That's what that's called. It was just, oh, it wasn't like a spooky, spooky feeling like somebody's going to kill me or kill her or something. It was just like you just don't want to disappear into it. You don't want to be pulled into it and then come out a different person. Okay? Some of you people out there will understand what I'm talking about. Um, okay, I'll leave it at that. So that was, and other than decided, to let her kidnap me to go to her house, the next night. And so the next night we went out to the pizza place with her husband Richie, with his wife. It was her birthday. Aries. I know Aries, I haven't done your reading yet, but nobody has asked me. Nobody cared, I guess. So, hey Aries, you don't care about your reading? Okay, it's all right. I've been sick, so I want to give it to you when I'm good. Um, but anyway, so I've been so many places. Was that a long answer to Forever Bella? I stayed with Christine Valvik. I was with Christine Valvik in Pennsylvania, which I call Pennsyltucky. Um, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we came home Thursday to Staten Island. And so it's so much driving. It's a lot of driving, right? And yes, that was very nice. My daughter pointed that out. She goes, "Oh, you still haven't even taken a cab anywhere, have you?" Because then on Friday, I was supposed to go meet my daughter at the movies. I was going to take a cab or an Uber to the movies and go to the dinner at the Alamo. Isn't that ironic? There's an Alamo movie theater, and there's a nice dinner place there, and you have drinks and movies and stuff. But then I got so sick. I got so sick, and then I was throwing up. So it just went downhill from there. So yeah, I've been in Staten Island since Thursday. So let's say 4 days of just sitting here, not partying. I don't even want to drink. I couldn't even think of alcohol drink. I, I look at a glass and I look the other way because it's like my stomach has been so queasy and my head has been like shaky. Anyway, sorry about all the crazy. To Harlan from the 18th to the 27th, then come back. We're still going back to Texas. Then the 27th, if some way I could get if the rehab, or maybe Christine will be here. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Um, Maybe I could see her. If she's here, of course I could see her here. Or if she's still in the rehab, if I can get there. And then May 1st, I go back. I fly back. I had to have this all written down and I have to stare at it so it goes in my head. So only 6 people in the house? You have an inhaler, Evelyn? Oh, I don't feel so bad now. You have a blue one? It is good to have it. I just like, oh, I don't want to use that, but it is good. It feels like it makes my chest stop getting so tight and wheezing. There's like a little whistle in there. It's like I first couple of times I heard that sound, I thought there was a bird that was in the stuck in my fireplace, and I kept on looking around. I was like, I hope a bird didn't get stuck in the fireplace again, because that has happened. And then I turned around and I was like, oh, that's me. Okay. That ain't no bird. That's your chest trying to breathe. Well, Forever Bella, you had COVID 5 times, didn't you? Didn't you have it like 5 times? You had a very bad year. Not really this year, but the year before. You had, yeah, I'm in Staten Island, New York. That's my hometown. But I haven't been able to look around or go to my old house or do anything except stay in here and rest. The internet keeps going. I don't know. I don't know why. Oh, that's okay, Forever Bella. Thank you. Thank you, anybody who's prayed for me, because I definitely feel that. Any well wishes for you, it's everything. Oh, here, so I did want to tell you sleep medicine yet, and I think the pump makes me hyper, a little bit hyper, and then I walk back and forth a couple of times when I get like nervous energy, especially since I've been having the bad dreams again. Now, when I stayed with at Karen's house, I stayed in my nephew's room, and my nephew Sean, that's in heaven, and I bed late. as usual. Me, Karen, and Jimmy would all have wine. Then I would make the chamomile tea. I don't know if Karen had the chamomile tea. I think she was sleeping already. Everybody would always go to bed before me. And then I'd make my way upstairs, and then I would like whatever my case. I don't know, I'm always anxious. Anyhow, the bed was so comfortable. It was like sleeping on a cloud. And I did not have any bad dreams. I couldn't even remember any dreams there. I would, my brother-in-law would say, "How'd you sleep?" Or Karen would say, how'd you sleep?" And I was like, "So good." It was great, and especially the top part of the bed had a remote thing that it went up, right? Instead of flat, it went up. Okay. Do you like the dramatic eye? Okay. Anyway, sorry, but what I wanted to tell you is with, I guess, all the travel, and then I got so sick, and I feel, and we're back. Okay. I think that's going to happen. I think that's going to go out in and out. But what I wanted to tell you as I wrap up is I started to really miss, you know, after all this traveling, and then I couldn't really do the things that I wanted to do here, which is, my sister, the one sister that lives in Jersey that I didn't get a chance to see. I was going to see her on the weekend, and my nieces, and take them for the pizza and stuff. And then, like, I didn't get to see my daughter. Like, I couldn't go over there because I have the flu, and so it was easier to stay here. And Patricia takes such great care of me, but I didn't want her to take care of me. I want to take care of her. I should be taking care of her. Anyhow, so the whole thing got me overwhelmed, and I just didn't know, like, am I going to make it to Ireland? And then are the dogs going to remember me? Do they think I abandoned them? Does Devin think I abandoned him? So anyhow, I everything came upon me, and then I started thinking, I guess, about my mother and the past, and just everything overwhelmed me. Just like it was like a depression that you would have, that, like, I felt like, oh my God, I got to get out of this depression. It felt like the end of the world. It just like I talked to Devin, and I said, "Am I gonna ever get home? Will I be able to get home? You know, Even besides the trip to Ireland, it's all right. People, go through this." One second, guys. Sorry. So, I'm sorry if I'm boring you. And you thought maybe, yeah, I had been taking airborne. The only thing I didn't take was I have the airborne. Um, I didn't take the balance of nature yesterday or today. I have them out on the table, but sometimes it's hard for me to swallow with the throat thing. Um, And then I was like going to the bathroom so many times that I said, if I take this, I'm going to be going to the bathroom even more, because it's fruits and vegetables, and the vegetable thing makes me run to the bathroom even more. So I was just like, you know what? Maybe I'll just give my system a little bit of break from it. But like, all right, so I fell asleep on the couch with the cough medicine. No sleep medicine, just the cough medicine, I guess the other medicine, and then everything kicked in. And Trump was talking about the war in Israel, right? As I was falling asleep. So guess what? He came into my dream, right? And I wasn't afraid of that, but I just heard his voice a lot. So he was in the house. So I was in this modern house in my dream, and it was so modern and had a lot of floors. And I heard Trump's voice, but I didn't see him. And I also heard my mother's voice, right? I was trying to explain this dream to my sister Karen and Susan and Patricia and my daughter on my sister line, my biological sister line. Um, Hi, Kevin. You had it 4 times, Crystal Divine? Oh my gosh. God bless you. You had to do a lot of Reiki. Wait, Crystal, I want to ask you this. Does Reiki work on you when you do it for yourself? Because I know I cards myself. I like them. I go for readings because sometimes somebody else could get a better picture. So that's what I wanted to know. Can you do Reiki on yourself? Let me know. Okay, so I'm in this modern house, right? I hear Trump's voice in the background. I hear he's in the dream, and I hear my mother's voice, right? So I'm going, Ma, where are you? What floor are you on? Right? And she's like, Oh, hello, Kathleen. Um, stay down there. She goes, Stay down there. I guess on the second floor. And so I kept on, of course, I don't listen, and I'm trying to find her because I want to give her a hug. I haven't seen her in a long time. So she, I'm going to like where her voice is, but Trump's voice is kind of drowning her out. And he's like aggressive. He's talking aggressively. Ah, sorry. Now I'm getting that like a hammer on this side of the cheek and a little bit near the ear, but mostly on the cheeks. So that's the sinuses, right? So I'm saying, Ma, where are you? And she goes, No, stay down there. So then I see this beautiful, comfortable bed, right? But it looked like modern times, right? It looks like the future. Because it wasn't just a mattress, it was like the bedspread became the mattress, and everything was like ivory, like a white, like I used to do like a shellac of this type of stone. It looked like mother of pearl or ivory, right? And there's this little girl laying on the bed like this, so cute. She had a little smile on her face. She had black hair, right? Or brown, dark brown hair like me, right? I couldn't see her eyes, and she did have freckles, but she was like this, like sleeping, smiling. And I go, oh, on this level, there's my daughter. And I said that, but I know that that's not Laura because Laura has blonde hair, right? Or when she was little, she had blonde hair, and now she has like dirty blonde hair. So is this little girl clearly was not Laura, but I go, that's my daughter. I like to watch my daughter sleep. And I go, Hi, how are you doing, sweetheart? You always look so nice sleeping. And you always look so happy. And I like to watch you sleep, right? And those are things I wanted to sleep over my daughter's apartment because I'm such a creep, right? Because I wanted to see her sleeping and I want to see my son sleeping too, right? Why is that creepy? Because I haven't seen them sleeping because I haven't lived with them in so many years. My daughter moved out of on her own in an apartment when she was what 21, 21, 22, and my son lived with me and then moved back with his father at like 18, 19. So that was the end of seeing him, really. And I mean, seeing him, sleeping, so I could stalk him as he slept. So that's I feel like I never get to see them sleep. But anyhow, this little girl I was saying was my daughter, but I knew that that wasn't Laura. And like people will say, well, your daughter is Laura and your stepdaughter is Olivia. It wasn't Olivia. So then I'm saying all these things to this little girl, right? This is all like so clear in my head. Um, and then all of a sudden my mother goes, don't talk to her. She can't hear you. When she said don't talk to her, it sounded kind of like a demand. And that made me sad. And then she goes, no, she's not going to hear you. Kathleen, she's not going to hear you. Don't talk to her. And she just kept smiling like as she was sleeping, like maybe she was dreaming about me. Okay, now this is who I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was. I had a, I know I had a baby that was a miscarriage. And her name would have been Lily, which was my grandma's name, right? Actually, my grandmother's name was Bridget, but they used to call her Lily as a nickname. I like that name, Lily. And so I always felt like she was going to have brown hair and like probably look like me, but maybe with hazel eyes like my mother and definitely freckles. But anyhow, when I went to a psychic here on Staten Island, where I got this cup from Psychic Sisters, this reader that I had, he, as soon as I walked in, he would hold your hands and get your energy, and then you didn't do cards or anything like that. I think his name was Bernard, and he goes, you have a whole, and I always just want to talk to my mother, right? And he goes, oh my gosh, you have so many people around you. I go, in heaven, right? And he goes, oh yeah, yeah, in heaven. Not in this room, in this room, but in heaven. And that a little girl was hiding behind my mother's dress and like peeking out, looking at me like you. So it was a good dream, but I still felt it was scary because I couldn't get to my mother. She kept telling me to stay on the second level and not to talk to Lily. And then I felt like, was I bad because it was a bad time for me to have another baby. Thomas was only 2, and I was going on a job interview, and I said to God, if I'm pregnant, I really can't be pregnant. I really can't have another baby right now because my marriage was not good. There was nothing but fights going on, and I was just getting back into going to work part time, and I really wanted to. I really wanted to be in the teaching field. And so I always felt that, you know, he granted my wish, but maybe he was mad at me for wishing that. But I just didn't think that if I would have had that third one, I think my whole life would have been different. And then is Lily mad at me for that, for wishing that wish? Am I making any sense? Is that crazy? Because I've been crazy before. Yes, you had a few weeks of being sick, and you have lupus too. Yes. We have quite a few people that have lupus in our group. Kim Magical, DC, a few other people too. Leisha. Yeah. So that, I don't know, like, it might seem like the dream wasn't scary. Was it heaven? Maybe I was visiting heaven, but and my mother was kept telling me to stay on that second level. It was definitely her voice. I heard her voice very strong, but I didn't understand why she told me not to don't talk to her. She's not going to hear you. And I was like, that's sad. I just wanted to look at her. But like, maybe I'm not entitled to look at her and talk to her because I asked God I can't have another baby right now. And P.S. I did get the job. I did get the job in the college teaching ESL. See, right now I feel so dizzy. I feel like I'm going up and down like on a merry-go-round. You know when you're going down and it's like a drop down stuck in my head, meditate, headache, one second, guys, one second. I'm hoping this helps. This stick is so fat, isn't it? Yeah, so I don't know. It's just like, so I woke up with all that activity that happened and I felt very depressed and down. Like, I, I don't like to get things in the Zen way, and that's when I put my face on, um, and think in the Zen that you're in your life to hurt you, okay? Trying to be cool, epic fail, right? Where's my wipes? Um, but yeah, it's true though. And like when I started to think, yes, I was like, I gotta write this down in my journal, you know? I gotta tell the Mystic Brady Bunch later and see, if I do a couple of things, put the earrings on, put the face on, see if that makes a difference. Go outside just for a couple, or even just open the windows. I open the living room window, I open the bedroom window, or the kitchen. I sit by the kitchen window with in front of my docket. But then my docket made me depressed because I felt like I couldn't do anything on it. But then I realized I have so many beautiful friends around me. I have my sisters, my family, that I was able to spend a few days with my sister Karen, my brother-in-law Jimmy. I was able to see my sister Christine in the hospital, even though she threw me out. Not once, twice, three times, but five times, okay, and said, don't come back. I told you not to come back. Anyway, that was awkward. Okay, yeah, anyhow, I got stories, but I'm not even going to say them because it's a little bit disrespectful right now to myself. Okay, but no, I understand. She doesn't feel good. And there's certain people that you want to see when you don't feel good, and there's certain people you don't want to see, which is me. Okay, apparently. But no, I'm not going to take it personally. Or am I? No, I still want to see her because I love her, but she didn't allow me to kiss her. And it's a good thing I didn't because now I'm sick. But she allowed Karen to kiss her and hug her. But anyhow, So I just started to look on the bright side. I know I just sounded like I'm not looking on the bright side, but I'm just joking. But if you go down, like your mood dips down low, and I'm not on any, another thing is I was forgetting to take my thyroid medicine for like 2, 3 days in a row. Forgot to take it. I think I took it today. So that affects me too because I go nuts. Um, but on antidepressants um, yet, but not that it's a bad thing. It's, you know, I'm on it before, but I just try to think of things that make me happy, things that will make me feel like myself again. So my makeup helped, going outside helped, opening the window, doing my journal. I didn't finish, I just wrote 2 paragraphs. Um, I looked at my cards, but I didn't want to do anything with it. I was thinking about cases, and then I was like coming around, feeling a little bit like, hey, it's not the end of the world. I, I got to see my friend of 50 something years and spend time with her and her husband. And I saw her son. Um, and that's all positive stuff. A very lucky dude over here. So yeah, I miss my dogs. I miss my Devon. Um, right? But um, I have to look on the bright side of, I did accomplish a lot of things. I'm getting to spend extra time with Patricia, right? It may not be like partying like a rock star, like we used to, but it's still good to, be with family and talk and laugh, you know, and spend time together. I mean, she can't stay long in my presence because I don't want to get her sick. That would be like, the worst kind of trauma to get her sick. But yeah, see, look how much is coming off. And then I'll wash my face again in the shower. But yeah, so now my eyebrows will come off. My eyebrows, I just used my mascara. You know what I realized? I brought only one mascara on this trip. I might have to go to the store before I go to Ireland because I can't just have one mascara. That's going to dry out. I had a blue one, L'Oreal. Well, I wiped it off, but I got to pick up a. And then have his Maldic. I thought I borrowed one from my sister Karen, but I couldn't find it. So, all these things happen when you're traveling. Yeah, so before my trip is over, I'll have gone to New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Staten Island, New York, Ireland, no, New Jersey again, New York, and then Ireland, and then Texas. So, yeah, I feel overwhelmed when I think about it. And then I'm like, I just want to go home. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna go because I have to do the pump again. Even though it's not been 4 hours, I just feel like I need to do the pump. But anyhow, I'm gonna go. I love you all. Thank you for listening to me. I'm sorry if it was boring. Even if it seems like the worst thing is happening happening, think about it in the way, what are my blessings? And count your blessings. That's what Devin told me. Devin goes, you're very blessed. Taking care of you. And I go, but that she had set up for Christine. I'm ruining, I'm eating all the food here. And her husband's sick. And he's like, stop it. Just think about your blessing. Buddhists say that everything happens for a reason. And that where you are is where you're supposed to be. Okay. Namaste, everybody. I love you. Namaste. Till next time. Thank you so much, Tracy, buddy. Thank you so much for. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. I love you guys.